When Osama bin Laden wants to get a new videotape on the air, he sends it to Al Jazeera and they put it up. Is it a good idea to have Al Jazeera on the air in this country? The English-language version of the Arab network claims to be debunking myths about Islam and helping to bridge the gap between the two cultures. Should Americans buy that? Joining me now is the author of Mission Al Jazeera, Build a Bridge, Seek the Truth, Change the World. Josh Rushing joins us in studio. Josh, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tucker.
So I don't think there's a brand with a more negative connotation in this country than Al Jazeera.
And yet it's one of the most influential and most recognized media brands in the world, or brands period in the world. It is the most recognized media brand in the world, brandchannel.com. In the world? In 2004, it was one of the 5 most recognized brands in the world behind Starbucks, IKEA, Apple, and something else. And every year, Brand Channel does this survey. Al Jazeera is the most recognized media brand in the world.
As you know, it's carried on very few cable systems in the United States. I suspect that most cable operators are hesitant to put it on because most Americans believe Al Jazeera is run by people who hate us and its programming is anti-American. Why do people think that?
I actually sit in on the distribution meetings with all the cable distributors and satellite distributors in America, and the truth is it's less to do with what you're talking about and more to do with they believe Americans don't care about international news. So it's the same reason that you don't get BBC World distributed throughout America. CNN International tends to not have its own channel in America. Distributors believe Americans don't care about international news. It's a money venture. There's a limited spectrum.
But Americans do believe that Al Jazeera is the jihadist network. I mean, people believe that.
And yet, Al Jazeera has been broadcast in America for the last 10 years on the Dish satellite system, right. Al Jazeera Arabic. So if it's really that big of a controversy, it's been broadcast in America all these years. That's not what stopped Al Jazeera English
from coming in. So are you saying that Al Jazeera is not a channel that carries tons of anti-American, anti-Semitic programming?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, look at Israel. If you want to talk anti-Semitic, Israel has recently taken BBC World off the satellite system, put Al Jazeera English on its place. It's taken CNN off the cable system. The largest distributor of television in Israel has pulled CNN to put Al Jazeera English on its place. If it was anti-Semitic, would Israel do that? No, it is not anti-Semitic.
Is it anti-American, which is my primary concern?
Nor is it anti-American. I was a Marine for 14 years straight of active duty, and now I'm a reporter for Al Jazeera. And I tell you, I watch it all the time. It is not anti-American.
What do your friends say? What do your families say? Because leaving aside the merits of your argument, you will concede that people have that perception.
Absolutely.
They think that.
Yes.
So when you say, I'm a reporter from Al Jazeera, what do people say to you?
It depends on who I'm talking to. My friends and my family, of course, they get it. The people I worked with in the Pentagon, of course, they get it. The Pentagon has me out to speak to senior leadership all the time. How do we understand Al Jazeera? How do we misunderstand it? How should we engage it? It's those people in Middle America that really don't know what it is that I kind of have to tell them what it is. But you're right, they do react rather strongly. I mean, there's a point I was in North Dakota doing a story on small-town America, a very charming story. Had a federal agent follow me from town to town and interview all the people that I interviewed and tell them that there was national security consequences to the fact that they spoke to me and made them all nervous. So I couldn't go back. He burned every bridge.
Agent from what federal agency?
He was Border Control from North Dakota. We were in Crosby, North Dakota. And he was either INS, I forget now, they've mixed up the Border Patrol and the Customs. Yeah. They've combined them. He was one of those guys.
Well, I definitely disapprove of that. I think I'd probably disapprove of some of what's on Al Jazeera, but I wish I could watch it because I think it's interesting to get other points of view.
I can really only speak for Al Jazeera English because I don't speak Arabic, so I don't understand what they're even saying on the Arabic side. But Al Jazeera English, I watch it every day, and I bet you would disapprove of a lot less than you think you would.
Well, and I would like to make that judgment myself. I mean, again, I'm always interested in seeing what other people are saying. Why does Osama bin Laden send his tapes to Al Jazeera?
Well, he doesn't anymore. He doesn't because Al Jazeera didn't air them in their entirety. They didn't air all the tapes. He now releases them online. Al Jazeera covers that as a news event, but so do American stations. And when American networks cover it, what they do is they show Al Jazeera covering it, but it's released. If you look at the last 2 bin Laden tapes and the Zawahiri tape, they've all come out online. And Al-Qaeda is so sophisticated with it now, they actually buy banner advertisement weeks in advance to say what website the new bin Laden message is going to come out on. They're frustrated with Al Jazeera because they don't control it. Everyone in authority hates Al Jazeera, including bin Laden, including Zawahiri. Anyone in Al-Qaeda hates Al Jazeera, and they've said that publicly.
Interesting. You should put that in your ads. Josh Rushing from Al Jazeera, I really appreciate your coming on. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Tucker.